Did. Awesome. Welcome everyone to Magical Monday Manifestations. I am Valorie Lewis, also known as Goddess with an Attitude. And on Mondays, we come together for guidance from the divine. And we find that guidance through the tarot and oracle cards and any other messages that Spirit decides to send to us. This morning, I will say, one moment. One moment. I'm taking it easy. That's what I wanted to say. I'm taking it easy this morning. If it goes for an hour, yay. If it goes for half an hour, 45 minutes, I hope you all give me grace with that. We will just see what messages come through and how long we hang in there. I think I have everything set up correctly. Sorry if you're watching me on YouTube and I seem a little bit discombobulated. YouTube viewers, I am unable to watch comments on YouTube, but I thank you for being present and for watching and following along. It's called Magical Monday Manifestations for a reason, because we are creators and we want to get guidance so that we can create our lives instead of just reacting to what comes up in our lives. Although part of the human condition is reacting, but it's better when we're on the creation side. Hi, Lori. I'm seeing a lot of new faces, but then I remembered it's spring break for a lot of folks. So yay. This morning, I want to start off just a little bit differently. Well, I had the inspiration to start off a little bit differently. Now, if I can find the deck, that's the whole nother story. Oh, I feel like that's the right deck for the tarot. So one moment, please stand by while I look for the deck that came to me in my dream. Was it a dream? I don't know if it was a dream. I might not have it. I'm trying to think, when was the last time I saw it? I feel like I spend most of my card pulls looking for fucking deck. It is what it is. Maybe Spirit is telling me not the deck. And that's why you had me pull this over here. Okay. Okay, so I have a deck of angel cards. And it's not a complete deck because some of the cards I have given away during readings. Like I'll have the reader pull a card and they just get to keep the card. And then some of the cards I pulled out of the deck, and that's these cards right here. Here's my little wallet, because that's what I just pulled them out of. And I carried these cards with me all the time. They're angel cards, and these are the angels that either I know about or I want to know more about, that I pulled out of the deck because I didn't want to give these away to readers. I wanted to keep them for myself. And so they travel with me in my purse all the time. And I was looking for the deck because I had this visual this morning of getting that deck and pulling from that deck. I can't find the deck, but for some reasons I had my purse right here, which is not usually right here. So I'm telling y'all this story because it has a point, because I guess Spirit wanted me to pull from my favorite cards and not from the deck. That's the point of the whole story. What I want to do is start this reading off. Instead of going straight to the tarot, I'm going to shuffle these angel cards I have here. Let's see, how many do I have? I have 8 angels that I carry with me all the time. I'm going to shuffle these angel cards. I'm going to pull one of these angel cards, and I'm going to let that card be our theme for the week. So we will pull tarot cards and oracle cards, but we'll keep this message in mind as the theme for the week. What do we need to focus on overall? What do all of the other messages that we're going to receive today tie into? How are we being directed for this week? So I think I have them shuffled pretty good, and that one is coming up right away. I have to remember to put these back in my purse. Well, fuck, isn't that fitting? It says Archangel Uriel, and it's just a little, if y'all want to see what the cards look like, it's just a little cute card with the angel's name and some text on the card. And then that's the backside. Archangel Uriel, a great spiritual transformation is currently occurring in both your life and in our world. Anybody else feeling that? I'm feeling that. This is the union of heaven and earth, spirit and matter. Heart and mind unite in harmonious balance. And that's Archangel Uriel. So if you're a fan of the angels, maybe you call in Archangel Uriel this week, no matter what other messages come through, no matter what else is coming through for you this week. If you call in Archangel Uriel or call in the energy of that unification, of that transformation, that might help guide you throughout the week. So that is going to set the theme for our week for this card pull. God, I'm going to put these cards back. I'm going to leave Uriel out because I want that energy for this reading, but I'm going to put the rest back in my purse before I forget. Oh, I'm going to take it a little slow today because I had a full 20 ounces of coffee. Was already a bit nervous, so maybe I wasn't making good choices on that coffee this morning. So the deck I'm pulling from is Tarot de la Nuit. I said that right, Tarot of the Night. And this is not the deck I had planned on pulling from. I didn't even really have a deck in mind, but this one jumped out at me as I was looking for the other deck. Thank you, Sue. When y'all see me in the morning, on these morning calls, I do, well, this is morning for me. I don't care if y'all been up. This is morning for me, 11 o'clock. And also on my Wednesday morning, it's usually because I have just taken a shower. These braids go down and almost touch my butt. And so when I take a shower, I have to flip them up and do something weird so that they stay out of the water. And then I got out of the shower and I came and I did everything else. And I came and sat down and I looked in and I was like, oh shit, I still got my shower bun. So I love it that Sue was like, oh, your hair looks so pretty. I'm like, yay, that's awesome. Okay, let's see. Tarot de la Nuit with the theme of a great spiritual transformation. A great spiritual transformation. Well, I'm glad that's happening because, you know, when you just have a lot of unexplained stuff happening in your life, and I'm not talking about me personally, I'm talking about the spiritual journey in general, when it feels like it's just hit after hit or shift after shift, and you're like, what is going on? And everybody's been going through this. I have been hearing from the community. Everybody has been experiencing something. A lot of times they'll come in and they'll be like, weird energies. Have you been feeling weird energies lately, Valorie? I'm like, yeah, something's going on. And so when you have all of that going on and you don't know what it is, it's kind of unsettling. So to get this message this morning that says a great spiritual transformation is kind of like oh, that's what the fuck it was. Not that I'm happy about it, but at least I know what the fuck it is now. At least I have a diagnosis, so to speak. So let's just keep that on the forefront of our minds. Transformation. Okay. This is not a bad situation. This is not a shitty turn in my road. This is not an insurmountable obstacle. This is just a symptom of a great transformation. And I don't know about y'all, but transforming is always into a better form of ourselves, a higher form of ourselves, the more expanded, truer, authentic version of ourselves. Whatever you're reaching for, transformation is a good thing. So if we have to go through I often think of transformation in butterflies. If we have to totally dissolve ourselves into goo in order to come out as the butterfly, well, then I guess that's what we're doing. But just keep that in mind, that it is a spiritual transformation that we're all being faced with. that it said, what is it saying? Both in your life and in our world. So there we go. So the tarot cards. Interesting. So we had, oh, of course, this makes sense. So we have 4 minor arcana and 1 major arcana. And the way they're situated is the major arcana is right in the middle. So I think we have a buildup of some things we can focus on, something that's literally going to change all aspects of our lives as we embrace this transformation, and then some more things coming out of that transformation that we can also focus on to help us stay. I hesitate to use the word grounded as much as I used to help us stay focused on our spiritual path, rooted in our spiritual path, walking on our spiritual path. Because oftentimes you hear grounded, 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 stay grounded. But I'll tell you, staying grounded is not always the answer. I'm a fire sign, and sometimes I do my best work when I'm ungrounded. So I think I'm going to shift my use of that word. Not to say you shouldn't be grounded when you need to be grounded, but that's not always the best way to phrase it. So first up, 3 of Wands. Oh, this is going to be hard because these cards have a high gloss on them. And let's just see if I can. There we go. 3 of Wands. Badass, kind of looks like a mermaid, which is interesting because Wands is fire. But she does look like a mermaid coming out of the water, doesn't she? With a skull in one hand and a scepter in the other hand. Anyway, 3 of Wands is the card that says, y'all gonna love this. I'm ready for anything that's coming my way. I'm ready for anything that's coming my way. Now, listen, that is the message from Spirit. So if you're saying, no, I'm not, Valorie, have you seen my life? I'm not ready for none of this shit. Hello, I'm saying that myself. This is a card that Spirit is saying, whispering in your ear, my child, you are ready. Doesn't feel like you're ready. I know you wish you had more preparation for this. I know you think you need more tools for this, but my child, you are ready. You are ready for this next step. You are ready for this transformation. And Spirit is saying, I'm not telling you the transformation is going to be easy. I'm just saying you're ready for it. Yeah, I'm going to tell you what, my granddaughter, this is funny. It ties in. I might go on a couple of tangents today, but it ties in. So my daughter works night shift, and of course, due to the family situation, she's been exhausted recently. And she was sitting down as we were switching shifts, so to speak. I was over there getting ready to watch the grand. She was getting ready to go to work. My 7-year-old granddaughter was there. And my daughter was just like, oh, I'm just so tired. I don't want to go to work today and blah, 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 blah. My 7-year-old granddaughter is sitting there and she goes, I don't know what to tell you. You signed up for this. I was like, shit. But I think Spirit is telling us that same message oftentimes. Like, I don't know what to tell you. You signed up for this. You're ready. You're ready. Like, you signed up for this transformation. You've been asking for changes in your life. How you think you're going to get there? Transformation. Next up is 8 of Cups. 8 of Cups. Doesn't she look like she's hiding something? Like she has a secret, or she's being coy, or maybe she's just trying to lure you in. See that full moon in the background. 8 of Cups. Let me think about this message for a minute. Actually, I want to go to the book because I want to get the determination, the interpretation from this particular artist. The 8 of Cups to me, let me think. The 8 of Cups is the walking away, isn't it? I think the 8 of Cups is when it's either the 8 or the 9. I might be getting my 8 and my 9 mixed up. No, the 8 of the Cups is the one that's walking away, I believe. But I believe the 8 of Cups is where the cups are situated in such a way that it looks like there's a blank space missing. It might be the 9. Might be the 8. I don't remember at this point. The 8 of Cups is definitely walking away. But it might be walking away before you feel like you should walk away. It's like spirit saying, leave this alone for now. Either leave it alone forever because you've done all you can, or leave it alone for now because you don't have what you need to see this through to completion. You need to leave it away, leave it alone, and step away from it. That's the Eight of Cups message for me. I do want to see what the artist says about this, because this is like a different depiction. It does look like she's got her back turned to something, but let's see. Leaving it all behind. The moon is calling me, I have to go. Lately, my life has been stuck in a major meaning crisis that I have to resolve. I need to escape from what I no longer believe in. So I'm going away, leaving it all behind. My journey begins. It doesn't matter if the road seems dark and foggy. I'm willing to go and discover my truth. I'm no more interested in fame, money, and social futilities. I am. I still want fame and money. I don't know about y'all. I am tired of all those vain illusions. I have the feeling that there's so much more to life than this. So leaving am I. What about you? Is your life satisfying enough, or should you leave with me? And then the keywords are escape, new journey, feeling dissatisfied by one's life, and the urge to leave. Now, let me get a little bit deeper in this, because this, even though the keyword is escape, this is not about escapism. This is not about leaving problems that you should be solving. This is not about avoidance. This is not about spiritual bypassing because you came to a reading and an internet psychic said you could leave it all behind, and so you decided to quit your job and leave your kids. No, this is not about that. The leaving it behind is the notion that spirit wants you to know sometimes you get stuck in a cycle of trying to solve a problem for so long that you cannot see the solution, and you need to step away, let it rest, get your guidance from outside of the problem before you re-engage, if it's a problem that needs to be solved. This message is also about those of us who tend to overthink and tend to try to solve all of the problems of the world, including the problems of all of those that we love. And this is the message that says that's not your job. I know it seems unfinished. I know you see war and famine, and I know you see all of these things in the world, but that's not your job right now. I need you to step away from that and get back on your track, because by you being on your track, on your path, that's how these things are going to resolve themselves. You have to set the example first. So it's not a abandon your life card. It's abandon the things that are not working for you card. It's abandon the things that have you feeling like you're stuck in a rut. And it's sometimes it's abandon them forever because they're just not working. Sometimes it's leave them alone for a little while and come back to them when you have a fresher perspective. Come back to them when you've had a chance to refresh yourself. Come back to them when you're not overthinking. So that's that card. Let's see. The next card, somebody said granddaughter like grandma. I like it. I don't know what to tell you. You signed up for this. That's exactly. Yeah, it's going to be I'm going to tell everybody that comes to me for advice. I don't know what to tell you. You signed up for this. Okay, the next card is the Major Arcana card that's right in the middle of our deck, and it makes so much, right in the middle of our reading, and it makes so much sense because it is the Hanged Man card. Or in this case, a hanged damsel, a hanged woman. But doesn't she look just beautiful there? There's like flowers and this golden light behind her. Looks like she's in a cathedral. It looks like she's in one of those aerial things where she's not like hanging in distress. It's almost like she's doing this beautiful dance upside down. Glorious card. Hanged Man is all about shifting perspectives. So I'm going to go back to Archangel Uriel's message that says we're going through a spiritual transformation. How do we get to that transformation? How do we shift things in our life? You can't keep doing the same thing you've been doing and expect different results. That was from a genius who made that statement. I believe that's Albert Einstein. That's who I always attribute that quote to. So something has to shift if you want something to shift. Prophetic, deep, deep thoughts this morning. You have to change something. And in this case, Spirit is saying, I need you to change a lot of something, because the Hanged Man is a major arcana. And this isn't a moment of this person is just walking through their life and they're like, oh, I should really rethink that. And they rethink it and they keep walking. No, this person took a dead stop in their life, put themselves upside down, and stayed upside down until they could gain a new perspective. When they got that new perspective, then they came down and then they kept walking. So the Hanged Man also represents a pause in your life, a chance to step back from what's going on, to find a new, fresh way of looking at it. So pause and also a new perspective, which ties in perfectly to this transformation, which ties in perfectly to the, you're ready for everything. You're ready for it. You're ready for it. If you think you're not ready for it, pause and shift and see if you can look at it the way I look at it. This is Spirit talking to you, God, the divine. If you don't think you're ready for it, if you don't know what it is you need to walk away from, I'm gonna need you to chill for just a minute, connect with me so that we can be of like mind, so that you can see what I see, because I see exactly where you need to pause. I see exactly, this is divine talking. I see exactly what you need to walk away from. And I can show you if you would just slow down and stop trying to do things your own way. That's what Spirit's saying. Slow down, pause, try to find a new perspective. And this is a major arcana. So this means something big needs to shift, something that you have been looking at the same way for all of your life, or maybe just for several years, or maybe it's a clear present issue that you've been trying to resolve for months and months and months, and you just can't get there. That's because you're going at it in a way that is ineffective. And Spirit is saying, stop, let me show you, just stop. If you keep running, you're gonna keep tripping. Just stop, let me show you the path forward where you don't have to trip every 2 steps. So maybe y'all need to meditate more. Maybe y'all need to talk to some friends who can give you a different perspective. That's always good. When you're like, I am sick of meditating, talk to a friend who can help you see things differently. Get out in nature. Oftentimes the messages that we need don't come from friends and don't come from, I received this grand calling. They just come from walking in nature and seeing how leaves and trees and animals function, and realizing that there's something bigger than yourself going on. So that shift can come to you in many different ways. If the way that you were looking for that shift and that new perspective is not coming, try a different way, try a different modality, because it's there. Spirit is leading us and guiding us and telling us it's there. This next card I really like. I really like because it's the Alice in Wonderland theme. Isn't she beautiful? And it's 3 of Cups. A lot of cups. Look at the kitty cats and the bunny. It's the year of the rabbit. 2023 is the year of the rabbit. I don't know. I started out this year being happy about that fucking rabbit. Now I just want to skin it and have rabbits too, because fuck this year. But year of the rabbit, transformation. Let me get back on track. Alice in Wonderland. 3 of Cups. I'm going to go with the Alice in Wonderland scene first, and then we'll see, and then I'll lean into the 3 of Cups meaning. The Alice in Wonderland is to me, it's you've been, maybe this is the shift in perspective that Spirit is trying to nudge you a little bit. You've been trying to figure out things from your human A, B, C, D linear fashion. 1 + 1 = 2, 2 + 2 = 4. And Spirit is trying to tell you that can only take you so far, because now you are in a spiritual transformation of self. Now the entire world is in a spiritual transformation. And now we are beginning to explore situations where 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2. Where messy tea parties are the best thing you could ever go to. Where she believes in, what is it, at least 10 impossible things before breakfast or something like that. We're believing in the impossible. We're flipping things on its head. We're being in a situation like Alice was, where nothing made sense. Is anybody in a situation in your life, or have you ever experienced a situation in your life where nothing makes sense? Waking up in the morning and going to a job doesn't make logical sense to you anymore. You're just like, what the fuck am I doing? I see everybody else doing it and I know that's what I'm supposed to do, but fuck this. This doesn't make sense. If you are in a situation where you've ever looked at your life and you're just like, this doesn't make sense, picture yourself as Alice in Wonderland, where nothing made sense. She didn't know how she got there. She didn't know why the animals were talking. She didn't know why there was a caterpillar that was smoking weed, telling her which way to go. And she didn't know where to go, but there was a caterpillar smoking weed. And so she's like, well, I guess that's better than nothing. And she's following directions from a high caterpillar that's talking to her. Y'all, Alice was all kind of twisted, but she found her way out of it. She found her way out of it because she just kept following what felt right in the moment. If you feel like nothing in your life is making sense, find your way out of it by just following what feels right in the moment. And that's some of this shift in perspective. Alice did not sit on that path and say, you are a caterpillar smoking hookah, trying to tell me which way to go. Absolutely not. I'm going to sit here until my GPS kicks in, or I'm going to sit here until somebody comes by with the map and I can see the whole path. Alice didn't have that. And she had enough sense to just go with what felt right in the moment. Do you have enough sense and enough courage to go with what feels right in the moment, even if it doesn't make sense? Because I do believe that that is where spirit is leading all of us collectively, because spirit is trying to say, none of this makes sense. Y'all spent so much time trying to make sense out of this, and none of this is going to make sense based on your capacity to reason it. It makes sense based on our capacity, but you haven't taken the time to see it from our perspective yet. And when you do, then you will understand. Just follow the thing that makes sense in the moment. Because big picture, I would love to be Alice in Wonderland. I would love to be Alice in Wonderland. Looking through all of that, all of those fanciful things happening. Yeah, at first it's confusing and at first it's scary because you don't know. But in the end, I mean, look at her experiences. It's called Adventures in Wonderland for a reason, not mediocre, boring life in Wonderland, or mediocre, boring life in mediocre land. That's not what the title of the book was. So maybe if you look at your life as an adventure, and if you look at your life of, I don't need to know, I don't have to have it figured out, I'm just going to do what feels right in the moment. I did say I was going to go to the Three of Cups and see what the actual meaning of the Three of Cups is, but I think Alice gave us enough of a reason. But let's see. Happy Tea Party, Three of Cups. We are not all mad here. We are just very happy and joyful. Look, I have some hot tea and delicious cakes to share with my good friends, the cuddly cat and the white rabbit. You should join us. A slice of chocolate cake awaits you. Bring your loved ones, gather them around you. Life is so sweet when you have people you can count on and celebrate with. Ain't that the truth? The world out there is full of nonsense and battles, but here in our clearing, you can indulge yourself with some cool, happy time. You can forget your problems because they're about to end. Solutions will be found, I assure you. Fill yourself with positive energy and you will make possible the impossible. Interesting wording. You will make possible the impossible, not you will make the impossible possible. You will make possible the impossible. I have to hydrate. Y'all, this is the best. If y'all don't know about this, it's the best. It's iced tea and watermelon lemon. It's amazing. Watermelon lemonade. Okay, so that was Three of Cups. And then last for the tarot cards is Six of Cups. Six of Cups is the idea of reflecting on our past and seeing how we got to our present moment. Six of Cups, but this artist, this tarot author has a slightly different take on the Six of Cups, which I love, and I'm going to read that in a minute. But reflecting on your past and seeing how you got to the present moment, it's all part of this transformation The Six of Cups to me is a reminder that I often want to replay the low points and the bad things in my life. When I see the Six of Cups card, for me personally, that spirit nudging me to remember the good things. Remember the good things that brought you to this point in your life. Let's see what the author says about this one, because there's a dark alley in this particular rendition of this card for a specific reason. I just don't remember the entire thing. Nostalgia Lane is what this is called. Memories are here again. I miss my past, my childhood, my loved ones. Ain't that the truth? My carefree youth has vanished in the alleys of time. I wish I could go back to my lost happiness, but it's impossible. It is my soul I will lose if I only live in the past. It is my soul I will lose if I only live in the past. I have to find bliss in the present time also. My nostalgia could become my strength. Looking behind must help me move forward. I have to take good care of my inner child so she can experience joy again. And look, there is a light above my head. That's that street lamp, which I hope will guide me to a bright future. It's the same for you. Don't stay too long in nostalgia lane. Go back to your real life and to the gifts, plural, gifts it offers. That is an excellent message for myself, but I feel like that's a message for all of us. And hopefully it helps someone who is a little bit focused on where they should have been by now, what should have happened by now. Why did I do that? If I hadn't done that, I would have been here. I wouldn't have this problem if I hadn't done that thing. Let it all go. You are where you are. What are you going to do about it now? I don't know what to tell you. That's what you signed up for. What are you going to do about it now? So that was Tarot. I made it through the Tarot. Let's see what's up for Oracle cards. Does anybody have an Oracle deck that you've seen me pull from before that you would like me to pull from again? Let's see. Oh, thank you. Song. I'm going to call you by your last name only because I haven't got the pronunciation of your first name right. Kaji, I think you said, but I'm not sure if that's right. Anyway, thank you for being here. And YouTube, I responding to a comment. So I know that seemed weird. You're like, what is she talking about? I always forget YouTube is watching me and they have no idea when I go off on these tangents that I'm like reading a note or something. Kage. I'm gonna get it right one of these times. I still don't know if I'm saying that right. All right. Angels and ancestors. I don't know if I'm ready for this deck, but this deck has come to me twice. It came to me once in the vision I had about decks I was going to pull from today. Call it a vision. I don't know if it's a vision. I don't know what else to call it. I just have these visions of the decks I'm supposed to call from. I call it a vision. I guess it's a vision. I don't know what the hell to call it. Anyway, and I resisted because I said, I don't want to get messages from ancestors right now because that's kind of a fresh wound for me. But Spirit just keeps giving it to me. So this is not about me. This is about what the collective needs, about what you all need, and probably Spirit is saying, and it's about what the fuck you need too. Even though you keep telling me you don't want it, I'm gonna tell you what you need to pull from. All right. Okay. And it's the perfect card for me and for you. Medicine guardian. Trying to get, there we go. Medicine guardian, and it's an angel. And in the small print, it says, be open to healing information. Be open to, I could just stop right there. Be open to healing information. And here I am telling Spirit, I'm not going to pull from that deck. I don't want to pull from that deck. And Spirit is like, will you please be open to healing information? Okay. Let's see. Medicine guardian. Medicine guardian. Almost there. Why is the page hiding from me? This is from Angels and Ancestors, Kyle Gray. The message is, listen to what is coming up within you and what is being shared with you by trustworthy others in your life. Pay attention to healing information. I think I'll read the whole thing because that seems important for some reason. So the about, that was the message. The about is, it tells you about this angel or about these angels. Healing angels can help you heal emotionally, spiritually, and physically with their energy, but they can also direct you towards information that will help you return to wholeness. Now, let me pause for a minute because the Uriel, the angel that came up at first, is about spiritual transformation. Oftentimes, transformation is intertwined and inseparable from healing. We need to heal in order to transform, and especially when it's a spiritual transformation. So this makes sense. When this card appears, information is being revealed that can help heal an aspect of your current situation, whether that be your health, relationship, or even career. So be alert for this. The medicine guardian has a caduceus, a healing wand, the one with the snakes, which represents the capacity to heal with the power of will and desire, and also a chalice, which represents returning to a state of wholeness, a state where your cup is no longer full, but overflowing with goodness. Let me also remind you, we had 3 cups in our tarot reading. So this is about making sure our cups are full, so to speak, also. The emerald color of the card represents the healing rays of Archangel Raphael and his healing angels. The extended message. You are being exposed to information and insights that will have a dramatic healing effect upon your life. If you are working through something mentally or emotionally, know that there are spiritual energies supporting your healing. Did y'all hear that? You're not in this alone. If you are working through something that is physically challenging, pay particular attention to information that is coming to you that feels inspired, insightful, and warm. It will be supportive of your wellness. Remember when we talked about Alice being in the middle of wherever and just going with what felt right in the moment? So if you're dealing with a physical ailment or a physical challenge and you're like, I don't know what to do, and this medication isn't working, and that acupuncture isn't working, or it's kind of working, but not quite. This is your advice to, when something comes to you, a new modality, a new idea, got that hanged man, a new way of looking at your physical ailment. Maybe the healing is coming from a mindset and not from a physical thing. But your thing is to stop in the moment when you receive that new information about how to heal yourself and ask yourself, does this information feel inspired, insightful, and warm? And if it does, I would say that's your clue to go with it, because that's what Spirit is giving to you right now. Your angels are here to remind you that your natural state is one of wholeness, and you are on the road to revealing that wholeness reveling in that wholeness once more. Yay. We get depleted, we get emptied out, we think it's the end of the world, and then we get a message that says, bitch, you're a cup. It's not the end of the world, just fill it back up again. I know that seems easy and simplistic, but there is hope in that. There is hope. You can fill it back up again. You didn't just empty out and it's a never-ending situation where you just have to walk around empty. You can fill it back up again. Is filling it back up going to be easy? You just turn on the tap and you're full again? No. I wish anybody got that figured out, let me know. But the fact that it can happen is what keeps us on our path. The fact that we can do it and the fact that we have help to do it. Y'all, what else can you ask for? What else do you want? Oh, I know. Y'all want the magic potion. Y'all want the button that you push that just makes everything better. Can't help you there. Okay, so we had so many cups that I'm also going to go to. I think we're going to make it to an hour. I think once I get connected, and once the messages start coming through, then everything I was worried about just kind of melts away. You know, I don't know if I can give them the messages they need. I don't know if I can stay correct. I don't know if I can make it through this reading. That's all the things running through my head. But once I get connected, and once the messages start coming through, I'm like, I don't even know what I was worried about. So I think we're going to go for the whole hour. Oh, yes, I needed this card. 2 cards, and I'm going for messages from the Mermaids, which is a Karen K deck, because we had so much cups. Cups are emotions. Cups are also intuition. I'm getting a message. Hold on. Let your intuition. This might be for me, but I'm going to say it out loud anyway. Let your intuition guide you through your emotional turmoil. So we have cups. We had 3 cups in the tarot, and that's why I'm focusing on cups. When we have that many, I only pulled 5 cards and 3 of them were cups. When we have that many, that also tells me that that's probably an area that we could focus on, or that might help us situate things or make sure that if things are going great for you on your path, this is just a way to amp that greatness up. If things are kind of rocky, this is a way for you to find your way out of the rockiness. And all of those cups are telling us that we're all collectively dealing with something either related to intuition or emotion. When I tapped in, Spirit said, follow your intuition to get you out of the emotional turmoil. Follow your intuition to get you through these emotions that you're dealing with, to help you process these emotions. Okay, I hear you. But because we're still dealing with water and we're still dealing with cups, that's why I went to mermaids. I feel like I'm kind of all over the place, so I hope I'm making sense. The first card we pulled was a hell yes for me, because I need some of this abundance. I need, you know what? I'm going to stop saying that. I have a lot of abundance in my life. I have an abundance of friends. I have an abundance of love. I have an abundance of support. I have an abundance of resources that I don't always use, but they're there. What do you have an abundance of? Not what do you want to be more abundance? What do you already have an abundance of? Focus on that for just a minute, because that's the key to inviting more abundance into your life. But we have this beautiful mermaid. I love her braids, and it looks like she has pearls in her braids. Maybe that's just her hair. I don't know. I love it. Abundance. Let's see what the book says about abundance, which is the first card in the deck. Allow abundance to flow to you. The treasure is already yours. You only need to trust and be open to receive. You deserve this incoming abundance. The treasure is already yours. What you've asked for is already there. You're just not allowing it. For me, there was probably a decade or better of my spiritual path where that was the most, not the most, that was one of the most annoying statements that I heard over and over and over and over again. I'm crying out to Spirit and I'm asking for this thing. And Spirit is saying, I gave that to you. I gave that to you like 5 weeks ago when you asked for it. Why didn't you open the door and let it in? And I'm like, the fuck? I'm looking for it. What do you mean it's here? It was so frustrating to keep hearing the message. Everything you asked for is already yours. But I tell you what, on the other side of that, when I look back, it was true. It is true. I'm the one that is looking out the window instead of opening the door. I'm the one that's opening the door, but I have like a force field where it still can't come through the door. It's always me. It's always there, and it's always me. And if you're in a position where what I'm saying is irritating to your soul right now because you're like, no, the fuck, it's not. And I hate all of you spiritual teachers out there who's telling me that it's there. Trust me, it gets better. And one day you're going to be like, yep, you was right. Not me, spirit. So abundance is there. Where are you? The mermaid is sharing her abundance with you. The treasure you see is symbolic of the treasure awaiting you in their many forms. This could be material or spiritual. The key to receiving abundance is to be grateful for what you already have. It's also about knowing your self-worth, as this affects how swiftly abundance will flow to you. Do you believe that you deserve to receive? Answer honestly. If any limiting thoughts come to you, write them down without judgment and see if there's anything you can do on a practical level to shift any blocks spiritually or physically. Yeah, I could do a whole 3-hour event on just that statement right there, because that is something that I worked ardently on for many, many years. Because the first one, do you believe that you deserve to receive? Answer honestly. And I'd be like, yeah, of course I deserve to receive. And many of you answered the same way. If any limiting thoughts come to you, write them down without judgment and see if there's anything you can do on a practical level to shift any blocks spiritually or physically. And I would be like, well, I don't know. Let me write down limiting thoughts. That gets tricky because you immediately go to the things that you think are holding you back, but you don't get to right below the surface of that, which are the things that are really holding you back. And what I mean by that is, now, back then I would say limiting thoughts that come to you, and I would say like, well, I guess I'm limiting myself because I say that I want to make $10,000 a day, but I don't know if I really believe I can make $10,000 a day. And I'm just throwing real funky terms out there. Or I say that I want to be Idris's lover, but I don't know if I can really keep up with Idris's stamina. So we think those are the limiting beliefs. It's deeper than that. Whenever you say to yourself, I don't know how, or I don't know why I can't have what they're doing. I don't know how the things that I'm doing don't give me the same results of the things that I see that person doing and they're getting amazing results. All of those are limiting beliefs. Everything, anything you say to yourself as a reason, an excuse, or an actual limit to why you don't have what you want is still a limiting beliefs. So I am worthy. Absolutely. Absolutely. And then the other one, I told you I'll pull two. The other one is communication. Communication. And I know this is about her communicating with the turtle because I've pulled this card many, many, many times. I'm just going to get the high points of this one. Oh, this is about reaching out to others. This communication is specifically about reaching out to others in a physical sense. Like, is there something that you've been avoiding saying and you need to say it so that you can kind of clear your energy and not stop holding on to it? Is there something that you just need to communicate, like to the world, that you are holding yourself back from sharing that might be of benefit to someone else, but you're just not communicating it? It's just about communicating in general. And since we're talking about spiritual shifts and transformation and all the things we need to go, all the things we need to go through to receive that transformation, communication can also be, is there someone you can call that can help you with this step that you're afraid to call because you feel like you should know this, or you feel like you don't want to bother them? Why do you think they're in your life? Why do you think out of all the humans in the universe, think about this for a minute. In the universe. I did say in the universe. I meant to say in the world, but I said in the universe. Interesting. Out of all the humans and all of the beings everywhere, just imagine how enormous that number is. Spirit moving us around like little lights on a light glow board. That's how I see it. Oh, this one lit up red. Oh, there's one over there that lit up red. I'm going to move them together. And now you have a new friend in your life. I have friends in Denver who I never thought, my best friend is in Denver. I never thought I would have somebody states away that would be that connected to me. So when spirit moves these individuals into your life, when you sit and you think about family members, friends, associates, people you work with, those people are not in your life just willy-nilly, just by chance, because y'all lived in the same area. Spirit saw you and moved these people into life. So when you think to yourself, I can't reach out to that person, I can't say that to that person, why do you think they're in your life? They're there for a reason. Maybe you're supposed to learn from them. Maybe they're a catalyst for your growth. Maybe you're supposed to communicate with them, but they are not there by happenstance. They are there for a reason. It's up to you to figure out what that reason is. But communication, being able to communicate with those other individuals in your life, especially when you're in a situation where you feel as if I'm ready for this next step. I've been pushed. I feel it. I know it's right there. I know transformation is almost mine. I can see around the corner. I'm not quite sure how to get there. Communicate and see in your circle of all of the people that spirit has moved into your life, which one of those individuals is going to step up and give you the healing information, the transformative information that you need to help you turn that corner. Because I'm going to go back to that other message. It's always there. It's all around you. You have an abundance of tools and resources. Are you using them? So that's what I have for messages from Spirit today. I think we did pretty good getting through that. I hope you all gained some guidance, some insight, maybe some ideas on how you want to approach this week. Just going to close out by reminding you, overarching theme for the week. We did pull a theme this week. I'm going to read it one more time and leave you with this message. A great spiritual transformation is currently occurring both in your life and in our world. This is the union of heaven and earth, spirit and matter, heart and mind unite in harmonious balance. So thank you all for being here. This is a weekly event. I hope you all come back next Monday. I hope you all take these messages and actually incorporate them and let them guide you, leading you to where you want on your spiritual and earthly path. I love you all very much. I hope to see you back next week. We also do meditation on Wednesday mornings that are free and available to the public. So I hope you take advantage of that as well. Love you all. Have an amazing week. Manifest this week. Don't just create, don't just react. Create something in your life that you are actually proud of and that you have actually been waiting for. So manifest. Love y'all. Bye.